The Philippine flags were everywhere. The chants of Alex had turned Toronto into a second home for Eala. But then, in just 73 minutes, the dream run suddenly collapsed. A 6-4, 6-0 defeat to Olympic gold medalist Belinda Bencic ended Eala's 7-match winning streak. But the loss wasn't the most important thing that happened in Toronto. Because shortly after walking off the court, exhausted, injured, and clearly drained, Eala came face-to-face with someone who knew exactly what she needed to hear: Rafael Nadal. And what the legendary tennis champion told her could completely change how Eala approaches the biggest stage of her career. Just weeks earlier, Eala had been celebrating the biggest breakthrough of her young career. She had won her first WTA Tour title at the Washington Open. And she didn't do it quietly. In the final, Eala defeated world number 3 Jessica Pegula, proving that she wasn't simply a promising young player anymore. She was becoming a genuine threat. That victory extended her winning streak to 7 matches and pushed her career-high ranking to number 20 in the world. She had already defeated multiple Grand Slam champions during the season. She had beaten an Olympic gold medalist. And suddenly, the tennis world was paying very close attention. Then came Toronto. The National Bank Open was supposed to be another opportunity to prove that Washington wasn't a fluke. Instead, something even more powerful happened. Eala became a symbol. Thousands of Filipino fans packed the stands. Philippine flags filled the stadium. Chants of Alex echoed around the arena. Tournament director Carl Hale revealed that Eala's popularity had generated thousands of additional ticket sales, helping push her match onto center court. For Eala, it was an incredible moment. But behind the celebration, her body was already sending warning signs. She had played 8 matches in roughly 12 days. 8 matches, 7 victories. And every single one had demanded something from her physically. Then came the moment that could have ended the entire run. During her match against Katie McNally, Eala landed awkwardly after hitting a forehand and rolled her right ankle. She immediately needed medical attention. Her ankle was heavily taped. At that point, many players might have stopped. Eala didn't. She continued. She fought through the discomfort, eventually removed the tape, and somehow managed to win the match 6-4 after 2 hours and 39 minutes. It was an incredible display of toughness. But it also came with a price. The ankle had taken damage. The body was exhausted. And there was very little time to recover. Then came Belinda Bencic, a Tokyo Olympic gold medalist, a former top-level star who knew exactly how to punish an opponent who was struggling physically. From the opening stages, Bencic was relentless. Eala fought, but her movement wasn't the same. Her energy wasn't the same. And against a player of Bencic's quality, even a small physical disadvantage can become a massive problem. The first set went 6-4 to Bencic. Then came the second, 6-0. Just like that, Eala's incredible 7-match winning streak was over. Her Toronto campaign had ended, but the reaction afterward told a very different story. Instead of boos or disappointment, the crowd gave Eala a standing ovation. They knew what she had just been through. She hadn't simply lost a tennis match. She had pushed herself through injury, exhaustion, pressure, and enormous expectations. And now she had nothing left. But somewhere inside that difficult moment was a lesson. And Rafael Nadal was about to make sure Eala understood it. Nadal has been connected to Eala since her development at the Rafael Nadal Academy. He knows her game. He knows her personality. And more importantly, he understands what it feels like to lose matches that seem devastating. So when Nadal pulled Eala aside in Toronto, this wasn't just another conversation between a coach and player. It was a moment of perspective. He asked about her ankle. He asked about her fatigue. He wanted to know how she was feeling mentally. And instead of focusing on the scoreline against Bencic, Nadal focused on everything that had happened before it. The Washington title, the victory over Pegula, the 7-match winning streak, the battles against elite opponents, and the fact that Eala had fought through an ankle injury just days earlier. His message was simple. This loss does not define you. In fact, it may be part of what makes you better. For a 21-year-old player still building her career, that message could be more important than any technical adjustment. Because champions eventually discover something every sport teaches the hard way. You cannot win every match. You cannot avoid every injury. And you cannot control every result. What you can control is what happens next. Nadal reminded Eala that setbacks are part of the journey. The greatest players in tennis have all experienced losses that felt enormous at the time. But those losses can become turning points. And for Eala, the evidence was already there. Just weeks earlier, she had been trying to prove that she belonged. Now she was ranked number 20 in the world and had already defeated some of the biggest names in the sport. The defeat to Bencic wasn't proof that she had reached her limit. It was proof that her body had reached its limit. And there is a huge difference. Eala appeared to understand that. After the tournament, she looked back at the previous 2 weeks with gratitude rather than regret. She acknowledged the obstacles she had overcome and made it clear that she wanted to take those lessons into the next challenges in Cincinnati and New York. And perhaps most importantly, she decided to rest. Eala planned to take a couple of days away from tennis before traveling to Cincinnati. She even joked about getting a haircut and taking care of her nails. It sounded simple, but psychologically, it was important. For someone competing at this level, stepping away from tennis can be difficult. Every day feels like preparation. Every match feels like an opportunity. Every ranking point matters. But sometimes the best thing an athlete can do is stop, recover, breathe, and reset. Eala had pushed through 8 matches in 12 days. Her ankle had already taken a hit. Her body was exhausted. And the US Open was waiting. There was no reason to risk everything by refusing to rest. Instead, she chose recovery. And that could prove to be one of the smartest decisions of her season. Because the story of Alex Eala's Toronto campaign shouldn't be about the 6-4, 6-0 scoreline. It should be about everything that happened before it. A WTA title, a victory over world number 3 Jessica Pegula, 7 consecutive wins, thousands of Filipino fans turning Toronto into a home crowd, an ankle injury, a marathon battle against McNally, and then, finally, a loss to an Olympic champion when her body simply couldn't give any more. That isn't failure. That is experience. And at only 21 years old, Eala has something that many players spend their entire careers searching for: time. She already knows what it feels like to win. She already knows what it feels like to shock the world. Now she is learning what it feels like to lose after giving absolutely everything. That lesson could become just as valuable. Cincinnati is next. Then comes the US Open. And Eala will arrive there with something she didn't have a few months ago: belief. The belief that she can compete with the best. The belief that she can beat the best. And now, perhaps, the maturity to understand that she doesn't have to win every battle to keep moving forward. Rafael Nadal's message was never really about one defeat. It was about the career ahead. Because the biggest question is no longer whether Alex Eala can surprise the tennis world. She already has. The real question is how far she can go from here. And if Toronto taught us anything, it's this: Alex Eala isn't finished. She's learning. She's recovering. And she's getting stronger. The Philippine flags may have been put away in Toronto. The chants may have gone silent. But the Alex Eala story is only getting louder. And the next chapter could be her most important one yet. What do you think Alex Eala can achieve at the US Open? Can she turn this setback into another breakthrough? Let us know your prediction in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more updates on Alex Eala and the world of tennis.